Rutochin chitab Kalenjin inyoru logoiwekab emet kobun ketesiet nebo Kass TV. Kainenyun ko Victor Korir. Koindochi President William Ruto koboto kandoik ak kiboitinik kobun sectors cheterter asikokusion tetutik choto kosulda serikali en sekta nebo tililindo missing ko noto bo SHA. En tuyet nekokiyai en kembotab amut en KICC Nairobi kokobit ng'alalet ak baornatet kobun ofisaek cheindochin sipitalisiek cheterter chebo boror ak chemobo boror koboto kora ng'alalet nebo biikab emet kotinygei ak kelchinoik cheterter chekamuch koborionji icheket kong'eten kotoi kobois SHA en emetab Kenya. Nginyoru report nebo Samson Kurgat.
Kamwa president kole nyoru kanyoiset chi age tugul nekarutochi sipitali ako kikosirgei eng tuchetab SHA.
Every citizen of Kenya, so long as you are registered in SHA, you will walk into any facility, public, private, faith-based facility, anywhere in Kenya. So long as you're registered in SHA, you will walk in and walk out without paying a single cent for outpatient facility.
Kosubke ak CEO nebo AGC Tenwek Hospital Ben Siele ko kikebaurianchi walet eng koitosiek chebo biik chenyoru kanyoiset eng sipitali noto mite Bomet County.
Before 2024, before the rollout of SHA, every year we could claim close to 500 million. But last year we claimed 1.2 billion, which is more than double what we used to claim before. To June this year, we are about 600 million of the claims.
Komwa President Ruto kole kikoyachi walutik tetutietab Linda Mama koek Linda Jamii asikomuch konyorune kelchin nebo kanyoiset biik chechang eng tetutienoto.
The Linda Mama focused on the mother and on delivery. Today, the Linda Jamii program focuses on the mother, focuses on the child, and focuses on the household.
Koiaror kandoik chebo sipitalisiek cheterter eng emoni walutik chemiachen chekikebaurianchi eng sipitalisiek kwak.
Hapa tulipofika, hii hospitali ina operate na budget ya 30 million per quarter. Na hiyo ni kwa sababu ya ule mpango wa SHA pamoja na ule mpango wa digitization umepungua zile pilferage sana, accountability iko juu.
Before you became president and before I became governor, Nairobi had no public ICU facility, which is shocking because people assumed that Nairobi had ICU facilities. We have pediatric ICU at Pumwani, and we have the capacity of 43 ICU beds currently from zero in 2022.
At Kenyatta National Hospital, as we speak today, we have 32 fully equipped theaters from 12 equipped theaters in the last 4 years.
All counties and all facilities are better off today as a result of SHA. And the experience is the same across every single county. And this explains why on-source revenue has in many cases more than tripled in counties or even quadrupled.
Koboibochi Davji Atela kobun kibagengeitab konyoik nebo KMPDU kole makoyae kampaget kou kotugul kosubke ak asuldaetab kayonjinet nekiityi ak ministry nebo tililindo.
For the last 3 years, 2024, 2025, and 2026, we have had interns being posted without demonstrations. We have had interns being paid their salaries in the first month of posting. Even those who were posted in the mid-July are getting their salaries this month. This is an improvement because we had accepted abnormality in the sector. So I want to thank you for that.
Koyamis President kole wendi kosuldae tetutik alak chetakolinda eng sekta nebo tililindo amait let nebo kenyini nyonei.
By the time I complete my term, my first term, I can tell you I will have discharged all the commitments I had made and made sure that every mother who walks out of hospital will walk out with diapers once they give birth.
Aribotenchini Kass logoiwekab emet eng county nebo Nairobi, kainenyu ko Samson Kurgat.
En kasarta nekaiwangei tuyonoto kotet ministry nebo tililindo tuyet nebo Kenya Health Summit 2026 ko akobo boiboiyetab President Professor Kithure Kindiki akobo kachuchuketab bolotet nekamwa kole kikitokyin tetutiet nebo SHA. Kong'ololen kotab tiyoshek nebo KCC komwa Kindiki kole kikogiljigei serikali kirindetab kaimutik cheterter chekibune biikab emet en kasarta nekikitou SHA ako noto komwa kotindoi boroindo kandoik chekiwirye tetutyonotok ako boisiet notok kong'emji kainet serikalitab Kenya Kwanza. Koboiboichi kora Kindiki kaitet nemiten barak nebo biik chekamwa kole kasirgei en tetutiet nebo SHA ole kamwa kole en kasarta nenoi nemi tai koityin tetutyonotok chong'indo nebo biikab emetab Kenya.
So President Ruto said we will reform this thing. Luckily, he expected the pushback will be there. But he promised the country that he will weather the storm, risk his popularity in the short term until we get this thing right, and his popularity will be back. Imefanyika, haijafanyika. The noises that you used to hear that SHA is not working, whoever is criticizing SHA now is whispering. But when we started, especially the initial months of rollout, it was terrible. You would think that Kenya has come to a standstill. Our Kenya is a mess. By that time, we had not even activated some of the funds, like the ECCIF, the Emergency Chronic and Critical Illness Fund was not operational. So there was chaos all over the place. But today, it is true there are people still who are criticizing, which is also okay because you just make us perfect things. Sometimes the only thing we ask is that you do it, those who are criticizing us should do it factually, not through generalities and through falsehoods. If you add those Kenyans who are on a private medical insurance, we are approaching 60-something% coverage. That is not a small measure. Compare it with other countries for you to understand. Minister Duale and the team there, President Ruto, and all of us, when we visit other countries or leaders of other countries visit us, they're asking us, how did you get to pool by now 32 million Kenyans on UHC? And counting, because we must up the game. I am advised that 75% plus is what becomes universal health coverage. We are almost there. Some counties have achieved universality. I salute Governor Abdulswamad of Mombasa and 3 other colleagues of his who are now in the 70 plus, with Mombasa leading. It appeared impossible 4 years ago. Today, universality of health care is a reality because of numbers.
Kakokon kurset ng'amotik chotonotin ko engineering technologist en emetab Kenya nebo kelumda board nelel newendi kochikili teksosiek asikenai ngot kosubi contractors magutik tugul chemagat kosub kouen ng'atutietab emoni. Ng'ololdos en taonitab Eldoret komwa kandoikab ng'amotik chotok kole angot keyai kounotok kebendi kekirindo asenet netinyegei ak korik chekaburtos en kasarta nemakisub anan makitech kokakisub arorutik tugul. Kinyoru report nebo Isaac Kogei.
Kong'ololdos eng taonitab Eldoret kasarta nekaboibochin kenyisiek 10 komwa kibagenge noton nebo Institute of Engineering Technologies of Kenya kobun President Evie Mahmoud Omar kole nyolu eng biik chetinye naet anan qualified professionals kikochi boisiet noton nebo teksetab korik asikobit kekirinda korik chechang chekaribustos.
Today we are here commemorating 10 years anniversary of the Engineering Technology Act of 2016, CAP 530A, that commenced in 2016. That we have a lapse in our engineering sector. Every day our building collapse. Every day we have blackouts in our country, and we are the people that are to ensure that we bridge this gap between industrialization and depreciation to ensure that we have public safety, we have sustainability in our engineering profession. So today, as we celebrate this, I want to make an urge to the government of Kenya as the president of Institution of Engineering Technology of Kenya. Currently, we do not have a board for our regulator, and we wish that the government do not waste any more time. Just 2 days ago, we had a building collapse in Jamhuri Estate in Nairobi, and this is to show that we are very important persons in this Kenyan economy.
Kosubke ak Dr. Cecilia Ngetich, konganda kikosirgei technologist chesire 15,000 kokikobata kenyisiek chesire 3 amamite board noton neboisie kit noton nekikokirchi sang kipsomaninik chotok cheiwangu somanet.
I'm very happy to see that since the bill was enacted, the membership has grown, because that bill was actually responsible in bringing forth the Kenya Engineering Registration Board. And that board has registered. It was creating a home for the technologists and technicians and the craftspersons. So that board has now registered 15,000 members. And as the president said, there would even have been more, except that there are times when there is a lapse, because 3 years, it means that in the 3 years, nobody was registered. Yet we have so many graduates who have graduated, and they ought to have registered during that time. So I want to join the president in saying that indeed a board needs to be in place so that we have more engineers registered.
Kongeteke taunetab Eldoret eng county nebo Uasin Gishu, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyu ko Isaac Kogei.
Pangetab usawa agenda kole chang kewelutik chebune sukulishekab junior secondary school JSS en kasuldaetab somanet. Kamwa senior program officer nebo usawa agenda Carol Osomo kole miten terchinet en sukulishek chebo JSS kosubkei ak grupishek chekikinde sukulish chotok koboto koitetab rabinik chekitobonjin. Kounotok komemwochi ko sukulish chotok koityi magutik chenyolu en konetisiet ak yoche kolipan sigik rabinik alak. Kaibor kora walutikab chikilishonotok kole lagok 3 en 10 chemiten grade noton nebo 7 ko maimuchi kosoman. Notok ko koimutiet neo ako nekiborionjin sukulishek cheterter en emetab Kenya.
Although enrollment stands at 96% nationally for children aged 12 to 17, the challenge is still there. Children with autism or mental or speech disabilities, the trajectory is climbing all the way to 30% of them being excluded from being enrolled into schools. There's been an issue of capitation, and given that the capitation to schools has decreased, parents need to now dig into their pocket and support the required contributions.
We have cluster 1 schools better resourced, while cluster 4 and special needs schools remain understaffed and under-equipped in terms of science laboratories. Non-payment of school fees is the leading cause of learner absenteeism. When it comes to the learning outcomes, a child in cluster 1 senior school is more than 8 times as likely to score C+ and above as in a cluster 4 school.
3 children out of 10 in grade 7 learners cannot read. And that is very wanting because we talked of the foundational skills. And these foundational skills are very key. When a child has very good foundational skills, they manage to read and solve a few problems.
Oret nebo keker kele katestai komeng'is biik chemiten en counties cheterter chekoityi koimutik chebo ng'emetab kalyet ko kokotoi serikali tetutik cheboto ureriet nebo mpiretab keldo asikokochi boroindo neranik nebo komong talentaishekwak missing ko en kasari kokoistoengei icheket yautik choto bo ng'emetab kalyet. En nguni komiten kaumetab kei nebo neranik chebunu counties 9 chebo emoni che kikobun koimutiet nebo ng'emetab kalyet komiten icheket kebeberta nebo tot en county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet en tournament nekitoi serikali kobun tetutiet noto bo Operation Ondo Uhalifu. Nyoru report nebo Andrew Kimeto.
Eng kakwautik chetokyinigei kakimitetab kalyet nekokebaorionji eng Kerio Valley kokotoi serikali tetutikab ureriosiek chebo katyaretab mpiretab keldo eng kebeberwek cheterter chebo Kerio Valley cheboto tot eng county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet. Kongololi eng lumdaetab ureriosiek choto eng komosatab tot koma komanda nebo Operation Ondoa Uhalifu eng emoni Lieutenant Colonel Martin Mudhaura kole kiboisie ureriosiek choto asikekimit katuiyetab kei nebo barnotik eng counties choto kotestai koityi kaimutik choto bo echetab kalyet.
When we come together, respecting and valuing each other's differences, we create a powerful force for peace and development. Let us remember that just as a team cannot win if players refuse to cooperate, our communities cannot thrive if we let divisions and suspicion reign. Instead, let us strive to be like a well-coordinated team, supporting, trusting, and working together towards a peaceful and prosperous North Rift and the whole of northern Kenya.
Kotinygei ak CC nebo administration eng county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet Edwin Seronei komwa kole magat kotestai koming'is eng kalyet barnotik choto mitei county choto kotestai koityi kaimutik choto bo wechetab kalyet.
Hatukuwa tumewachuana, watu walikuwa napigana kama wako njingine, lakini saa hii maendeleo yenye tuko naye saa hii lazima pia kila mahali ifunguke. Kama ni makanisa tuingie ndani, tuhubiri neno la Mungu, tuhubiri Injili, kwa sababu watu wengine hawajaona hata pasta. So tuhubiri neno la Mungu kwa amani, na tukifanya biashara tufanye kwa amani.
Counties chemite eng ureriosiek choto ko county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet, county nebo Marsabit, county nebo Isiolo, county nebo Turkana, county nebo Meru, county nebo Laikipia, county nebo Baringo, county nebo West Pokot ak Samburu County.
Area hii ilikuwa ni hotspot area ya vita kila wakati, lakini wakati CS alisema ya kwamba watu watoe silaha na area hii ikakuwa na usalama. Area yetu ya West Pokot iko na usalama, area yetu ya Turkana iko na usalama, pia area yetu kutoka kule Uganda watu wetu wako usalama.
Kongete county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyu ko Andrew Kimeto.
Kanyor raini boroindo familia chebo kimonjororinik che kikirat en korkoretab Kapsabet Women Prison nemiten county nebo Nandi yekan korutochi ichek chamanekwak asikonai chametab kei nenywan. Kamwa Senior Superintendent netelelchin korkoranotok Phyllis Wafula kole nitok ko oret agenge nekitet ichek keyai konyil agenge asikokochi boroindo familia kotuiyo ak chamanikwak akonai kit neu icheket kasarta nerototin. Report ko nebo Nelson Tarbe.
Kamwa Senior Superintendent indochin korkoret anan prison nebo Kapsabet komosta nebo kwonyik Phyllis Wafula kole kitet ichek kotaban betut agenge neikochin ichek familia korutochi chamanikwak chekikirat asobet konyor ichek kasarta nebo kokasekei chametabkei.
Siku hii ya leo ilikuwa siku tunaita siku ya kuonana na wazazi, familia nzima, kwa Kiingereza wanasema remote parenting. Siku ya leo tulisema watoto wamefunga shule, familia wengine wako mahali mbalimbali. Tukawa tumewapea siku ya leo waweze kuongea kwa simu, wawasiliane ili wakuje wawatembelee. Na nimefurahi kwa sababu nimeona wametembelewa na wamefurahi sana. So si kawaida. Ni mzuri kwa sababu nimewaona na hata na wao wameona kweli gereza sio vile walikuwa nafikiria.
Neta kokochin familia nebo bichotok kikirat anan kimonjororinik konai ole testoitai chamanikwak asobit keistegei nekibwotyin kele nyoru ichek kanyalilet eng kasarta nekikirat.
Wamefurahi kuona watu wao, familia zao, sio vile walikuwa natarajia. So hiyo ndio kazi yetu, huduma ambayo tuko nayo. Na huduma tunapofanya kwanza tunatumikia Mungu. Na tunapotumikia Mungu ndio maana tunafanya kazi yetu kwa kupendeza Mungu.
Kaboisie ine kora kasarata kokoito kurset eng biikab emet kotache kocham kimonjororinik eng kasarta nekakityach ichek eng mwaet kole kikonyor ichek kanetisiet.
So wakimaliza muda wao hapa gerezani, tunaomba kama jamii wawakumbatie, wawakubali, wawakaribishe kule nyumbani. wasiwaweke majina na wako na umuhimu sana. Wamepitia courses za kushona, courses za hairdressing, wako na beadwork, wako na maarifa mingi ambayo wakiichukua hiyo maarifa pasipo kuangalia ati wametoka magereza, hata kama jamii watanufaika.
Eng komastanywa koboibochinita familia choto karutochi chamanikwak. Ole kamwa Dismas Kipkemei kole boibochin ichek tetutik cheu chu. Eng mwaet kole ikochin ichek konyor konai chametabgei nebo chamanikwak.
Ambao imekuwa siku nyingi hatujaonana nao. Imekuwa ni siku nyingine njema, maana hapo nyuma watu tunakuja tunapata kama ni dakika 1-2 tunatolewa. Lakini leo imekuwa ni furaha kuu. Tumekuja mpaka na watoto wadogo ambao huwa hapo nyuma huwa waruhusiwi. Pia tumefurahi sana, tumepata kuwa Kapsabet Women Prison kina mama wetu na wafungwa wote wako wanachungiwa usafi, afya, wanafuraha. Tumekuja tumewapata wako salama salamini. Tunafurahi sana. Pia tunaomba serikali iendelee jinsi hivyo.
Kong'eteke county nebo Nandi, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyu ko Nelson Tarbei.
Ak chitab Kalenjin kibendi kenyoru kamung'et nenwach en logoiwekab emet chebo Kass TV nematyan keweksei ketestai ak logoiwek alak chebo emet.
This August on Sins and Roses.
Hello, Dad?
Hayal, my dear. Are you okay? Why aren't you calling from your phone?
Mom literally threw our phones out of the car window. She's acting really strange. It's like she's not herself anymore. Tell me, Dad, what's going on here? Is she acting like this again because of her accident?
Hello?
I want to speak with Tibet Kyoksal.
Mr. Tibet's not in a position to take your call.
But this is very important. My daughters and I need to leave this country immediately. Listen to me. I know him personally, okay? Just tell him it's Barak.
You know, I have always thought that you were the most perfect mother.
Don't miss Sins and Roses this August only on Novellas Plus.
Atochin ketestai ak logoiwekab emet. Ko oret agenge nebo kokanapta ak kokimit yaetab boisiet kokakolumda kompunitab Kenya Power tetutiet newendi kokerei kole kainde siyet kiboitinik chemiten en kibagengeit nebo Kenya Electrical Traders and Allied Workers Union ketau kandaras chelelach chenootin ko performance management contracts. Kotiengei ofisayat neo en Kenya Power Engineer Joseph Siror komiten kamang'unet neo kele ipata kondetab siyet en kandaras choto kowendi kokimitu yaetab boisiet en kwenutab kiboitinik chesire 6,000 ak komuktechi kampuninoto koityi magutikyik chebo mung'aret.
For Kenya Power, performance contracting is ultimately about one thing: better results for the organization and better service for our customers. Everything else we discussed today is in service of that single goal. I think we should never lose focus of that really our aim is very clear on what this particular process and even this particular launch is all about. The connection is direct. Productivity leads to efficiency. Efficiency leads to service excellence. Service excellence leads to customer satisfaction. I think you remember one of their core values is customer centricity, or our customers actually being first. And customer satisfaction delivers organizational results. That chain is not abstract. It is the fault restored in hours instead of days. It is the meter read correctly the first time. It is the new connection done right. So the customer never has to call us back. Do that well, and the results follow.
I wish to congratulate the board, the KPLC board, for laying the foundation
and setting the tone for every employee to embrace performance measurement without reservation. This process resonates with the country's discourse on efficiency and cost-effective use of resources, including human-centric workplaces, to drive transition to efficient and impactful quality public service within the global decent work agenda. This forum provides us with an opportunity to reflect on the bedrocks of business sustainability and continuity in use of available resources afforded to us. As workers' representatives, we commit to support the transformative shift towards a sustainable Kenya Power, but with increased transparency in the planning and in the execution in the processes.
And I wish to commend you for being, as I said, among the first organizations in this country, in the public sector, to take this very important step of extending performance contracting to our municipal colleagues. This demonstrates commendable leadership and willingness to embrace a new way of thinking about performance. Because electricity is not merely another service. It is an enabler of virtually every aspect of national development. The performance of Kenya Power, therefore, has implications beyond Kenya Power itself. When Kenya Power performs well, the economy performs even better. That is why today's conversation about performance must be ultimately a conversation about national transformation.
Agagolumda bengitab KCB arorutiet nelel nenat ko Sustainability Bond Framework Use of Proceeds. Nito koityindos ak magetab benginotok nebo kotaban legut nekitokyin tetutik cheterter chetinyegei ak ribetab itondab emet koboto tetutik alak cheibu walet ak bandab tai en bororiet. En tetutinotok kotetat kotaban bengitab KCB legut nebo silingishek bilion 300 chekikoitoi kobun oret nebo Medium Term Note program nekitou ak silingishek bilion 100. Kotiengei ofisaiyat neo en KCB Paul Russo kotetat keboisien melekwek chebitu kobun legunotok kekanapta tetutik cheboto kabatisiet, teksetab korik chebo aliet nemiten ng'weny, kimnatoshek chetililen, taban ak mung'aroshek cheyoe kwonyik ak neranik en emoni.
It's a great honor to see you all in this important occasion as we launch the KCB Group Sustainability Bond Framework, the use of proceeds. More than anything else, we are celebrating an important milestone in our ambition to shape a financial system that does not only facilitate economic activity, but one that actively directs capital towards building a more inclusive, a more resilient, and a sustainable future of Africa. The framework we are launching today is designed to translate our long-standing sustainability ambition into a clear, credible, and scalable capital mobilization platform. At its center is KCB Kenya's intention, subject to the necessary regulatory approvals and market conditions, to establish a medium-term note program of up to Kenya shillings 300 billion over 5 years.
Today's launch ceremony is far more than a tradition. It is a powerful testament of the continued diversification and transformation of Kenya's sustainability financing. It is equally reflects financial innovation and the growing sophistication of Kenya financial markets. It highlights the vast potential of our market to structure tailored financial solutions that meet the evolving needs of both investors and advancing sustainable development. More importantly, it affirms our ability to mobilize substantial green capital to finance critical national priorities, reducing our reliance on traditional financing and strengthening Kenya's economic resilience.
Kakobarasta benkitab Equity melekwek chekonyor en arawek lo chetai chebo kenyitab 2026 cheiboru kole kotestai kokimit mung'aretab benkinotok en emetab Kenya ak en mornokchik chemiten emotinwek alak chebo sang. Ng'ololi kasarta nekabarasta walutichotok ko afisayat neo en benkitab Equity Dr. James Mwangi kole konyor benkit noton melekto nebo silingishek bilion 45.5 kokaketil aisurut ngekerchin ak bilion 34.6 chekinyor en kasarta neo notok kenyitab 2025.
We see a balance sheet that has expanded by 20%. 20% high double-digit number is big, but it is very big if you are talking of a 2.2 trillion balance sheet. So if you look at the expansion, it is from last year is from 1.8 trillion to almost 0.2 trillion. It's nearly 400 billion being built in 1 year. That is a tier 1 bank being built in that momentum. We are very excited that we are market driven, we are market led, and it's the customer who is breathing life into the organization. I'm really glad to see the bank grow from 41 billion to 58 billion shillings within half a year. And that should give you a prediction of how equity will look at Kenya at 100, 2063. Just start imagining as an investor and see what you'll be bequeathing your children or your grandchildren. All our countries of operation are making a major contribution to this wind of change that we are receiving in East and Central Africa, whether it's DRC with its strategic minerals, whether it's Tanzania with its logistic advantage in the region, whether it's Rwanda with its unique legal environment, whether it's Kenya with its developed social institutions of education and health, advanced education and technology access, all those components, including Uganda's oil now, is what is contributing to this momentum that we are witnessing. And we can see Kenya deposits growing by 24%. We can see assets growing by 13%. And we can see even the loan book in Kenya are growing at 8%. So that's what we are saying. Kenya has bounced back. And so the numbers in terms of outcome we are seeing is fundamental and it's built on a restructured balance sheet.
Chitab Kalenjin yotok elekitukchini tetutiet noto abo logoiwekab emet chekibun kobun ketesiet nebo Kass TV. Kanenyin ko Victor Korir amakun kembout nekararan.